2017 Fiji Pacific Resilience Disaster Response Exercise and Exchange event, and welcome to Fiji. I've also been informed that we have brothers from the neighboring Pacific Island countries, and of course we have Australians, and I think the French are here as well. I warmly welcome all of you to Sub, and thank you indeed. Before I go through this script of ours, let me just again acknowledge all of you and thank you sincerely on behalf of the Fijian government for all the assistance that you rendered to us during Cyclone Winston that we had in February 2016. This is an opportunity for me to acknowledge all of you once again, and also provide you with an update on what we are doing in terms of our recovery. Recovery, as you know, is a long process, and that is still ongoing. And we are guided by our recovery framework, something that followed from the post-disaster needs assessment that was done with the assistance of the World Bank and the ADB, and of course our development partners. So from the BDNA, then we went on to have the disaster recovery framework, and of course the focus for that is the building back better and stronger concept. We have been criticized for the slowness of the recovery process, but that is normal, and it was beyond Fiji as well, because particularly for building materials, we have to source from outside, and that is what is consuming a lot of time for us. And most importantly, we have to ensure that we do not make the same mistakes of yesterday's. Most of the buildings in Fiji, unfortunately I have to admit this, were not built to standards. And this included schools as well. So it cost government so much money, so much funds to get back the right standards. So that work is still continuing. Let me also, I always share this in all the forums that I attend. 3 major lessons that we learned from Cyclone Winston. And I think the Australian Foreign Minister, Julie Bishop, has already made the announcement to the foreign ministers of the Pacific Island states. And I also know that she has also made the announcement in Australia on the 12th of August that we will have a regional sort of debrief in Fiji. I think we are firming up the date now with the Australian High Commission in Suva. The tentative date is the 4th to the 8th of December after COP23. As you all know, we are all busy as well for COP23. So that is the regional forum where we will all get together and take a look at the major lessons learned from Cyclone Thomas, from Cyclone Evans, from Cyclone Pam that hit Vanuatu back in 2015, Winston, and of course Derby in Queensland in Australia. We have a lot to learn and we have a lot to share. For Fiji, 3 major lessons after Winston. 1, this is going to be the new normal, and the way we see things must change. We have never experienced Category 5 cyclones, but we've had 2 in a row. That was before we had, in Fiji alone, in 2010 we had Cyclone Thomas, which was a Category 4, and of course in December again 2012, another Category 4, Cyclone Evans. And then we have these 2 Category 5s, Winston and Pam, respectively, in 2015 and 16. This is the new norm, and it requires a lot from us, particularly the key stakeholders. The way we see things must change. Our paradigm must shift. I always say this in Fiji, shifting from a culture of reaction to a culture of prevention. We have to spend money on resilience, building resilience. We have to be proactive. And this is very challenging in Pacific Island countries where we have very small economies. But we have to invest in risk reduction. We have to invest in resilience. We have the opportunity in Winston to build it better and stronger. Because more of that mitigation and reduction strategies now will mean less adaptation in the future. Our paradigm shift. Two is the way we do development. Let us not just do development for the sake of doing development. Development must be sustainable. We have a responsibility to look after the environment, and we have a responsibility to ensure that we build standards. Because when we do development right, it will mean lesser costs in the future. So the way we do development must also change. At times we compromise standards because of funding. But in the end, it costs us more because we are not meeting the required standards. So the way we do development, I'm always a champion of sustainable development, meeting the needs and aspirations of today without compromising the future. That's our collective responsibility. And the way we do cooperation. And I'm indeed glad to see the various stakeholders, friends and partners that are here today. Because humanitarian assistance is not only, particularly in this part of the region, it's not to do a lot about conflicts. There are no conflicts in this part of the region. But we are at risk. We are vulnerable. We are already being affected back. The way we do business, our paradigm shift, the way we do development must change, and cooperation is very, very critical. Opportunities as such are very, very important for all of us, and particularly in smaller countries. We need our friends, and we need our bigger brothers, and we need our partners. I've talked about the regional forum that we will have on the 4th and 8th of December, because I promised our stakeholders after Winston, we will collate all the lessons learned and we will distribute it, but I hope that we will have an opportunity to come together, all of us. Because Winston is history, PAM is history, but we can influence the future PAM. That's leadership. Because we have a responsibility for our people. We can influence the future back. I'm always a big believer in planning. A 5-piece prior preparation prevents poor performance. We need to prepare better. We can still influence the future. Let's learn from the past, even hard lessons learned. That's history. But how can we do better in the future? I think I'm not going to describe. I've said enough. But welcome once again to all of you, and I look forward to the outcome of this exercise. We in Fiji, we are developing or reviewing our disaster acts and our disaster management plans, and there are so many other things that are coming, aligned to the Paris Agreement, aligned to the Shanghai Framework, aligned to the Addis Ababa development. We have to be aligned to all these documents so that we can also be part of the global efforts in moving things and achieving for our people as well. Once again, General and your team, welcome, and I welcome all our brothers from the Pacific Island countries. Enjoy Suwa, and I wish you all the very best in these next 4 days.